updates regarding this Politico exclusive, the I Love Hitler leaked text messages which exposed young Republicans. Now, thousands of private messages revealed a young GOP leader joking about gas chambers, slavery, and the R word. Now, this is absolutely terrible, but what's interesting is finding Republican leaders that are sort of minimizing the comments. J.D. Vance, of course, we shared this morning, says, oh, boys will be boys, essentially, even though they were in their 20s, 30s, and in one case, I think up to 40 years old. These text messages were horrible. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But now, of course, this is going to be a conversation where what do Republican leaders do? Do they own up to it and say, yes, there's a conversation that needs to happen about our moral fiber in the party, or do they sort of place blame on other people? I'll tell you what, if these were left-leaning text messages from any sort of liberal democratic organization whatsoever, you'd have the president saying we're going to defund these terrorist organizations, we're going to do, Antifa, George Soros, they're just going to start pro-Hamas, throwing all these crazy words at people. And I think the best answer would be saying, hey, this is super wrong, and anyone who was involved in this needs to get out of public office, period. We'll have to see if that's the answer we get.
I want you to respond to what we heard from the questioner last time, Adam, and then I'll give you another audience question. You said you had something you wanted to say in response to the American University guy who runs the Republican club there, and said that people came up and said they were happy that Charlie Kirk had been assassinated.
Yeah, I believe his name was Luke. He said that a bunch of young progressives were coming up and acting in insane ways. And as a young liberal, someone who's on the left, I just want to say I wholeheartedly condemn anybody who is saying insane things about Charlie Kirk, horrendous things about Charlie Kirk. Anyone who is spitting or shutting down conversation, that is not what America is about at all. And I can very easily condemn when my side is going off the rails.
And by the way, this idea that people were rejoicing over Charlie Kirk's death is ridiculous. Were there videos that surfaced that went viral of people cheering? Absolutely. Anecdotally, there were dozens of them. But in a country of 350 million people, to claim that that's the common view, it's just statistically not even close to a reality. There is no room for political violence or violence in any way whatsoever. So it's easy to denounce it when it's Charlie Kirk. But what's interesting, after Charlie Kirk died, people that literally just posted quotes of Charlie Kirk's own words were fired, canceled, banned in different ways. Absolutely, it happened. And now that we're getting these heinous words from this group chat, it's crickets.
But I just ask the bare minimum from Andrew. When they're talking about gas chambers and group chats, can you condemn that?
And this Andrew is a guy this is Charlie Kirk's producer.
Really going to do this again? No.
So you don't condemn it?
Your energy is so aggressive.
I love Hitler,
okay.
Gas chambers.
All right, hold on.
You can't condemn that.
Just easy, buddy. Okay, so there is a whole conversation that I want this to be attached to, okay? And the whole conversation is that we have...
The quick answer is yes, I condemn it. That's the quick answer.
A guy who's running for attorney general in...
I condemn that. But you can't condemn your side.
But your party is not...
So the guy running for attorney general is a Democrat who had these terrible messages that came out, and it was quickly condemned by people. So immediately there's the condemnation of that. And yet, can we condemn this gas chamber talk? Is this something we can draw a line on?
Disavowing it, still supports this guy.
Name one Democrat that supports him in Congress who says, I support what he said.
Tim Kaine just got asked on CNN tonight and said, yeah, I still support him.
Supports what he said?
No, he doesn't support what he says, but he's not pulling his endorsement.
So no Democrat supports what he said.
You're going to parse... Okay, well, listen. I condemn what they say, but I still support them as
people. Thank you. Why did I have to, pry that out of you?
You are parsing... it's basically a distinction without a difference.
J.D. Vance lied on your podcast today. He said these were young...
Whoa, look.
Yeah, I don't understand...
And then Bill O'Reilly comes in to break up the fight here. And J.D. Vance lied and said these were just young kids. These were, boys. And it's not. No, they were adults. They're old enough to fight for our country. Any of them that are over 35 years old are old enough to run for president. These are men. We need to own up to what a man looks like. And J.D. Vance goes, I'm just some old 41-year-old. The hell are you talking about? You're half the age of the president. You know what I mean? Here's Mike Johnson discussing the Republican Party, in response to, again, these group messages.
With regard to the swastika thing, this happened last night. A Republican congressman, allegedly one of his staffers had something in the background or something in a Zoom.
Okay, so this is actually, sorry, there are multiple Nazi stories going on right now. So this story right here, Capitol Police were called to investigate a swastika, which was baked into an American flag, and this was seen in the background of a Zoom call, a guy that worked for Representative Dave Taylor's office. So this wasn't AI. This is literally the screen grab from the Zoom call where this guy had a swastika built into the American flag. I'm pretty sure that's not what we fought for in our country. So I think we're actually going to get finally the right answer from the right.
What I heard this morning. He says that that's not his and there's a proper investigation ongoing, and the congressman did exactly what he should have done, and that is report it. Is under investigation, and I can't comment on it any further until that's done, but I will say, obviously, that is not the principles of the Republican Party. We stand for the founding principles of America. You want me to articulate them for you right now?
Please.
Individual freedom, limited government, the rule of law.
Limited government! Limited government! We have states, we have the guardsmen from different states coming in to go to other states to, I guess, interrupt the policing of this isn't, limited government. We have the executive branch offering these blanket tariffs on different countries, which isn't even legal. That's what Congress is supposed to do. Limited government. We're bombing boats in the Caribbean Sea. Limited government. I mean, we can go on and on and on. Limited government. What is he talking about? Let's go back to the basics of the Constitution. Let's go back to the First Amendment. Let's do the whole Bill of Rights. Like, what are you talking about? We could have this conversation all day long.
Peace through strength, fiscal responsibility, free markets,
fiscal responsibility. The new big, beautiful bill adding $4 trillion in debt, all for a tax rich for the upper class. Fiscal responsibility. I would love it if the Republican Party was about fiscal responsibility. They only want fiscal responsibility when there's a Democratic president. When it's up to them, they want to cut taxes and add to the debt. The hell are they talking about? Telehealth has made mental health care more convenient and accessible for millions of people. Finding a suitable therapist in the expensive out-of-pocket cost still keep many from getting the care they need. Rula is on a mission to make high-quality mental health care from a licensed professional easy and affordable for everyone. Rula's got you covered. They take most major insurance plans, and the average copay is only $15 per session. Rula partners with a network of over 15,000 therapists and psychiatrists nationwide, enabling you to find your personalized solution and the right therapist for you. Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey towards improved mental health and overall well-being. So head on over to Rula.com/rushhour to get started today. After you sign up, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Go to RULA.com/rushhour and take the first step towards better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares. John Thune was asked if he's comfortable with the president cutting Democratic programs. Let's see if he's on the right side of history.
The president has talked about using this shutdown to cut what he calls Democrat programs. He said he's going to come out with a list of additional programs he wants to cut. Are you comfortable with him using the shutdown to end run Congress and make these cuts?
Well, I don't think that I'm not comfortable with any of this being done.
Okay, so he's on the right side of history so far. Now let's see how he does the whole, but I still support the president, leader, dictator.
Because as I've said, I don't like government shutdowns. Nobody wins in a government shutdown. And this is a decision, these are decisions, I should say, that are being forced on the administration by the Democrats voting repeatedly.
Okay. These decisions you're forcing. This is like victim blaming when in a domestic violence situation, you're forcing the president to lay off these people. No, you're not. He doesn't have to lay off people. They're not even getting paid. It's a shutdown. You're forcing him to do that. What are you talking about? Not at all. So come on, it's just complete bullshit. Here we have, we're seeing a lot more of this kind of psychological conversation happening where people are trying to remind ICE how royally fucked they actually are for a lot of the crimes they're committing.
Oh, ICE. Now that you're about to miss your first paycheck, I thought it would be a good time to check in on another minor thing that I'm sure you're already fully aware of. Qualified immunity. You've heard of it? Good. You are aware, I'm sure, that qualified immunity only shields you from being sued, not criminal liability, right? In fact, Section 242, Title 18 of the U.S. Code makes it a crime for any individual acting under the color of law to willfully deprive an individual of any rights or privileges granted to them by the Constitution.
Like you mean if you detain a clarinetist? Let's have a listen to this.
I was arrested on Sunday at the protest down at the ICE building.
So this is the band's clarinet player speaking out after after her federal arrest in Portland. That's right. They're coming for the clarinets, folks. How's this for limited government?
I was playing with the unprecedented band on my clarinet, and I was arrested by Department of Homeland Security. Then Sunday night, I was transported to Clark County jail facility. Have been there until this morning when I was transported back here, and I had my court first appearance with the judge. I'm having a lot of different feelings. I'm feeling super grateful to be out and back with my family.
I want to know why they arrested her. Was she flat? Was her instrument out of tune?
And so happy and excited to see my 3-year-old. I get emotional easily, so.
And you should be emotional. This is fucking ridiculous. Your 3-year-old went a couple nights without her mother? All for what? Because you were playing Yankee Doodle Dandy in front of some ICE officers? We've got pastors getting pelted in the head with pepper bullets. We've got literal American citizens spending days, in some cases weeks and longer, in detainment, all for their charges to be dropped because they were unlawfully arrested. This is absolute anarchy. This is, and by the way, I hope every single ICE agent, every single person who wrongfully detains, even one person for 1 minute, has to face justice.
Really looking forward to seeing her this afternoon, and yeah, also still having some, fear and sadness around the charge that was given to me. And I know it's going to be a fight for the next couple of months to be in the legal system.
So they allege that you interfered with an arrest and kicked and bit an officer. I don't know if you can speak to that at all.
I think I've been advised not to speak about it, but I will say that I don't think I am the only one getting charges like this at these protests.
But do you plan to continue with the band and play? And
I think this has only strengthened my commitment to social justice.
There you go. Committed to social justice. Accused of biting these ICE agents. I mean, wild stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of body cam footage there. Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, where do we go from here? And we've had people that recommending if you're going to these protests, people are saying don't bring your cell phone because they have what's called geofencing. And anyone who's in an area, if there's crimes committed, they're going to try to get everyone arrested. What you should absolutely do is have a GoPro or any other type of camera on you at all times. Make sure you document everything that's going on and just be safe out there. If you're around anybody who's instigating any violence whatsoever, walk away. Don't be a part of it. Don't give any ammunition, metaphorically, for them, they being the overly, I don't even know if litigious is the right word, government, who's ready to arrest people and ask questions later. Don't give them any reason to. I think 99.99% of the people will be peaceful. It's going to be the largest protest in American history. And wouldn't it be great? As this protest is filled with American flags and people that are fighting for what our forefathers created, this experiment called democracy. Wouldn't it be amazing if it is as peaceful as possible? We can only hope. More updates coming in the morning. We're here twice a day, every day. Hey, tomorrow afternoon, I got my big Bigfoot story. That's right. One of our audience members saw Bigfoot, and I've got the conversation. You're going to love it. We'll have all that and more coming later. I'm Dave, and this is The Rush.